down the call as they're laying it all out, and then I'd give another question, and you guys knocked it out to this. Simple. But it went to a simpler point today at this table when I was with them, because here I was trying to go through, okay, option 1 is this, option 2, and I just felt like it was so wordy. I was like, what do you guys do? Will you share even deeper for us your skill?
Well, wait a minute. Let's do better than that.
Okay.
So, Lisa, stand up. You actually implemented this, and you had results because of it. Because we do these various events and having people. Didn't you? Isn't that correct? Am I misstating it?
No.
So talk about it. I mean, you hear. There's no better testimonial than somebody else taking it and going, "That's a great idea. Let me implement it." Right?
That's right.
Yes.
So.
Well. I knew Debbie, and
not for us. How did it help?
No,
you?
but they are the systematic people. I'm the haphazard girl, so I get haphazard results, and these guys are just pulling down numbers, And I'm like, all right, I am making the phone call to Debbie and Monty, And this is basically what they gave me. But we were at a show, and I used this system, and I got 10 consultants, the girl next to me got 10 consultants, and boom, boom, boom. You follow the system, and you pull down the numbers. It just happened. We were so giddy. I was high-fiving the girls all the way up and down. I'm like, this stinking works! So awesome. I was so excited. And, wow. Because they go to shows, and they're pulling like 30 and 40 consultants, and you will get deliveries, you will get consultants by sharing your passion, how easy this is, and you guys will do it. You will say, you need to be a consultant because it is the best value for your money. Get those simple plays in a consultant kit. And then, guess what? Put them on a delivery system, and now we have packages that are just so amazing. This intro pack that Jeff and I came up with, and Chef Todd came up with like a year ago, well, it kind of floated off my radar, It was like, I don't sell the intro kits anymore. Yeah. And Debbie's like bringing it back. No, that's a good one. Yeah. And so it's like, she's like, no, you put them on this one. I'm like, the holidays are coming up. You're going to want to go on package 2. It's just the intro pack. It's got 30 recipes. It's amazing. You don't have to touch it for 3 months. They're like, 3 months? I don't have to touch it? Bam! Sign me up! So it really does work because it's so systematic. They're like system people. Yeah. I am so not. But I am going to become a system sister because they work and they build your business. So I love these two. So.
Well with this is adopt this phrase. Here's what we need to do next.
Yeah. Well,
just don't. Would you like to do one, or would you like to invite? It's here's what we need to do next. This is going to put you on a tour of our product line that you need to get 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. Well, I just like this pack.
Heather, you used it and got results. You're part of the author. Everyone's going to talk about how it changed your sales and your results.
And as she's coming up, Debbie, will you tell us how you don't go through option 1, 2, and 3? You just stop on option 1. I was like, I love that. How do you do that?
It's funny because there were several iterations of this, wasn't there? Like many iterations. And when we put our first flyer together, it didn't look like this. It was not as pretty. No. But it worked. It worked. Yeah. It worked. Yeah. No, it didn't. But it's a pretty powerful little program because it is a complete tour of our product line. And people, they want the education. That's what they want. They want to know how to use the food, right? And so, I don't know. Heather, she is... You talk about systems. She's systems on steroids. That's true. You can tell more about it.
Well, first of all, the chef pack is. You and Jeff and Lisa, you guys were behind that, right? This is my very favorite thing ever with Thrive. I love to share the chef pack, and so. We just started going through and telling them, what options they have. The simple plates are baby steps. It's a great way to get a quick, easy access to our food to learn how to use it. the way to really dig in and learn how to open the cans is the chef pack. And that teaches you to scoop. So Simple Plate teaches you to pour, dump and go basically. And Chef Pack teaches you how to open and scoop. And then you've got, a whole other array of things, snackies to, take in your car. And so putting all three of them together, we were like, what could we do we've gone through lots of different versions in our team of, and us going out and trying it and saying, oh, that didn't work. We need to totally revamp this. But we were like, what could we do that gives them this tour? And so that's when we kind of came up with this. This is a beautiful tour of our food, especially over 3 months. And then the fact that corporate gave us an extra $20 off. We didn't ask for that. They just did. We were like, are we seeing this right? Are you guys like discounting the price? And they're like, yeah. So it was, that's just awesome. It's a smoking deal anyway. And then, and you have some people that just don't feel comfortable at that point. And so we have another, and then you have your real, sensitivities or, and so that's where the customizable comes in. And I do a lot of customizable still. If we have people with food allergies, then you just want to jump right over here because you can customize everything. But I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, I think your point is, we just say, you know what, this is what most people do.
Yeah.
They want a tour, they want the education, so this is what people do. And so you want to do $199 a month, but guess what? Today we can give you another $20 off. That's amazing. So you're getting a complete tour of our product line with an education of 30 recipes over 3 months. So you're knowing how to use that food, and then you're going to know what your family loves, and then you can just get more of it after the 3rd month. So you can just pick what you want. So we just tell them that, and we don't even go through the other options unless they have, dietary restrictions, or they say, you know what, if they had any issue with price point, you can just say, you know what, you can add the snackies later, you can get some of the fruit maybe later, but to get those 30 recipes, because even option 2, normally people don't even ask. They just will do what you say. This is what most people do.
And then she says they could read the other 2 options next to it.
right.
Like,
Just read them.
yeah,
I think
so it was really
cool
helpful.
thing
And you
is
don't have to explain it to them.
Yeah, I don't have to go through it all.
I have a question though. When you do a party tasting, whatever, do you cook a simple plate or do you cook from the pack?
That's a really good That's a really good question. I
Don't cook.
no. Well, it really depends on the venue or the circumstance. So smaller events, you guys might shoot me, but I still love chicken salad. I love chicken salad. I can't help it. I can't help myself. But I also, out of the chicken pack, I do cook Simple Plate. I love the South Pacific pork. That one is phenomenal. So if you have a larger group, Simple Plate is awesome. And they're going to get that in because we gave a list today. You saw the list on the back thing. It tells you what order is coming, and you're getting it: the South Pacific stir fry, the pappardelle, and a quinoa. So you can get that. So whatever you're going to share at the party is what's going to sell. And so, yes, we do Simple Plate, but we also are very, very fond of the chicken fajitas.
Yeah.
The chicken fajitas rock.
On lettuce, you said, instead of a tortilla.
We put it on a
They get
lettuce.
the chicken pack first, so you're selling with.
Yeah, so
They
that's
get, and
what's
they
cool.
know it's like you're gonna get this recipe. Oh, I get this recipe. Yeah, you
$60 simple plate. Go here. You can get one of these if you order this, but we actually cook the lower cost fajitas.
The fajitas, the neat thing about the fajitas is you can do it with boiling water. It's amazing. Amazing. And so I usually do bring that in a jar meal because you can see all the beautiful colors. People can taste the individual items out of, if you're going to sample the peppers, which are incredible. So that's what I do. But whatever you're going to sample, that's what's going to sell. That's what people will want, So, but that first one, it's stellar, and I'm just so excited.
And I think
Company
it's
did a
cool
great
that
job with that.
they're going to be able to customize. But I think where a lot of people may make a mistake is trying to have them choose right there while you're at a party, or And we do not do that. It's like you got all the way up to the night before it's going to ship to do that.
So you just follow up with a phone call and find out?
I don't know. I let them do it. You're going to get an email. You're going to be able to go in. You're going to change. I set everything up for them, but they go in and change it. And if they don't change it, it's in there. But I think if you're spending time, or they think they have to make all these decisions right now, your party's going to be too long. And so I just tell them, don't worry, you don't have to make that decision right now. I don't typically ship a delivery the very next day or within a couple, but about 2 to 3 days, about the third day out, anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks. I'm sending them out, but I try not to let them. I don't let them make any decisions right there. It's like you can do that on your own time. They're like, sweet.
Diane?
So you already have answered part of my question, which we talked about at the table already. Can you share what you say and how you walk them through if they want their delivery to start tomorrow? And
Like if they're doing number 1?
right.
I just say, perfect, I will go in and get it set up for tomorrow. We've got things that auto-populate. If you decide, you're going to get an email if you decide that you don't want those items. You want 3 different simple plates or 8 different snackies. You need to make sure you go in tonight and make that change because it's going to process in the early hours of tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, of the morning. And I say, is that going to work for you? And if they're like, yes, I said, otherwise, it's coming with some awesome stuff. So if you're happy with what it's coming with, go in, just leave it, and it's good to go. You're going to be happy with what you get. So
So they do get to pick which snackies they want. It's not
it'll auto-populate, yeah, but it's not. They can go in. So the system has to recognize 3 snackies. It's going to 8 snackies, 1 chef's pack, and then 3 simple plates. And that's what it recognizes to trigger that $20 off.
And a new
So
customer.
go back to.
And a new customer, yes.
So,
Yes, make sure they know that, new customers only.
Yes, you can make those changes, but 90% of these.
They don't.
Yeah,
They'll just
they'll
do
do what you tell them. In
Right.
fact, AT&T, you guys remember, was the only long distance and only telephone company at one time. MCI came along and broke them up. AT&T hired a multi-million-dollar study to learn how to sell. They never had to sell before. You want a choice? It's AT&T. They found, and they paid these experts in sales, and they found that 80% of people will do what they're told versus if you give them choices and ask. And so they taught all their sales staff, here's what you need to do, here's what you got to buy, here's what you need to set up, and then, okay. And so it's that easy. And then I believe we're doing them a service. We're getting them on a program. They're going to get the chicken pack and the beef and the pork and all those things. So yes, you can make those changes, but don't make that your concentration.
Yeah, I don't even speak. The old people that want that are ones that really have they have the dietary restriction. They have something. Those are your people, which is not very many, but they're there. So I don't bring it up in there that, oh, hey, let's go change this tonight. I just let them do what they're going to do. And, well, what if I want something different? Oh, that's easy. You can go in and change it. It's totally customizable. So.
Okay, one more question.
If they don't go in and change it, does it pick a different snackies each time, or is it gonna send the same? It will.
There is Fuji apples at Fuji that is over, I believe, each 3 months, but the handout we handed out today shows you that, it's on the back of that green folder.
Perfect.
Or green color thing.
Yeah.
So, and
I think
that,
I have already
yeah, and
I think is twice.
Okay.
we will have that, what the default population is on a document. We just don't know which one yet. So we were considering putting it on the back of this. But right now, what's on the back, what will be on the back of this will be the perks. So you can explain the free shipping and the perks for that. But don't forget your consultant kits, because we always share that first. Yeah.
Is there going to be a place for us to be able to personalize these?
Yes.
On the back, they have a little section down here, and there is room that you could add more, like in here. If you wanted it on the front. But yeah, there's a little block down here on the back.
And then on
down
the
here.
consultant app, you can put it on the point.
Debbie, can
on
you
there.
quickly walk through the order form?
Okay.
You were gonna do
Go,
that.
Debbie, just from like option 1, and then how you get them on the order form. Bing, 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 and we're done.
Go ahead, you're
We
good.
just want that simple. This is it.
Hey, Claire's
Here we
gonna
go.
do that, because she's a very good teacher.
Oh my lord,
You're
yes
very good
you
teacher.
are. Okay, so basically I actually hold the order form up for them. They already have it in their hand. And I tell them to go ahead and fill out this top section right here. You're going to put your name, phone number, email address. And that right here is where you're going to choose which option. This is the one that you want to do right here. You're just going to check the 2-person. And then right down here, you are a preferred customer or consultant. I've already gone over that. And then I'll just go down to the kits. This is where you're going to choose which consultant kit you're going to get. And you just want to check that here, the 135, the 265, or the 499. And then I just need your card information right down here on the bottom. And you'll sign and date and hand it in to me. So they all start writing their stuff down, and I tell them I'll come around and answer any questions. And then I just kind of watch. I let them sit for a few minutes while they're filling this out and looking it over, and they're looking at their flyers. So I let them sit there, and then I just kind of watch around the room, and I can tell somebody who's kind of like, and I'll just go up, can I answer any questions for you? Yeah, I don't understand, and then I'll explain that. And usually other people are listening in, because usually the question one has, others have. But the more comfortable I got with this and telling them exactly what boxes I wanted to check, I'll tell them to choose their start date right here too. And we, 9 times out of 10, do my thing. We always tell them you can always pull that forward and hit ship now. But the more comfortable I became with this and explaining it and telling them what to fill out, the less questions. And the more simple I made what their options are, the less questions and confusion I had at the end. I didn't have to re-explain my whole party again.
Yeah. So when we were working on this, collaborating, Holly recommended a very good point, which was to add the pricing point of, just to upgrade to the 4-person is just around $35. So that made it really simple to explain, and we didn't have to put those options on. So I think that's everything.
That's so great, so great. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to bring those up tonight because I want us to go home and just realize, again, simplicity and duplication will come from simplicity, and we can do that with this. So thank you so much. All right, and Sherry, would you just come share whatever's in your thoughts and mind and heart? They know me, I always put them on the spot, don't I?
So I just have been having one thought about this magic of duplication, signing up team members that are actually going to go and do what we are doing. Like, how many times have you ever thought to yourself, if I just had one me on my team, And so this idea of duplication, and I thought of this earlier today, so sorry, Cassie and Amber, you've already heard this already once, but at one point, I was looking into a supplement company. It happened to be an MLM. And the girl, the consultant or the rep girl who was teaching me about it, of course, said, well, the best way to get this is to be the rep and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, gosh, like these MLM people. But anyway, it was the better deal financially to get these supplements, to sign up to be the rep. And so I did. Well, guess what? There were a couple of people that I just happened to be talking with about these supplements. And they were like, oh, cool, that would be cool. I would like to do that. But this sponsor had never followed up with me. She had never trained me or said anything else except that I was now a rep, right? So my point is, how often do we sign people up? And maybe they're like me and say, I don't want to do anything like that. We sign up people that say, I don't want to work the business, right? And so then we say, oh, good, we don't want to stalk them, we don't want to offend them, so we'll just leave them alone. Well, I'll tell you what, if that girl had ever taught me how to even log on or anything, then maybe I could have done something, like maybe that would have turned into something. Do you see what I mean? And, many times I've thought, I wonder how you would do that, but I didn't have the motivation, I didn't have the interest to go and to learn it myself. And so in finding a team and building a team that duplicates, let's make sure that we don't have things fall through the cracks that maybe could have been something more if we just would have helped them along, figured out what they wanted, stay in contact with them, or something with our team members. And then, so that's just kind of my thought as far as making sure that we don't let people fall through the cracks that could potentially turn into something way more than a person who does nothing. So I just got emotional. This Holly. just wish I was saying this, Amber. Oh, Holly. I remember a few years back when Holly received the Thriving Life Award. And some of the corporate members had come to my house, and a few other consultants were there, and we were filming to make her video. And her sister-in-law was there telling the story of one time she was having just the most awful day as a consultant, and Hollyanna over here was just like, la la la, rays of sunshine. And so Marcy said, geez, Holly, have you never just had a bad day? And Holly said, you know, I did once. That's not even the funny part. She said, you know, I did once, and I didn't like it. So I decided I'm never going to do that again.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And this is Holly, this fearless person, and to have gotten to know her over these few years, and to watch her over these last 2 years specifically, and to see her strength and her power and the influence she has on her team and her family and her children and her husband. I mean, she is inspirational. And I just love you. So I'm thankful for you. Thankful for Thrive that brought you into my life.
Thank you for playing soccer with the Scouts. Wow. Well, I want to choose to not have a bad day again, I tell you what. No, but it's true, and you know, like I shared today, that I didn't plan on sharing that today about our experience 2 years ago, but I now can relate to people that have fears, and I was like, I didn't ever relate to that, and I can relate to things that hold us back, or you know, different things. And so that's why one of mine was why start again? Because I did lose my vision of even being a leader. Like I don't want to be in front of people. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to see me. I just, you know, fly under the radar. And so I don't know why my team would even need me. You know, I just felt this loss the last couple of years. And so like when Debbie turns to me and is like, I miss you. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. Like I just wanted to fly under the radar. So we can start again, guys. We can start again no matter where we are and where our hills and plateaus are, and to do it again. And this is the year to do it. So we want to be in this with you. And one of the things I want to try is becoming a leader again, like I used to be. And Facebook Live scares me, so that means I need to do it. So I will start doing something here with team things, and you know, love for people to get on there, whatever it is you're needing. But with your teams, do the same things. They need you, and we need each other. And let's dream, and let's be people of action, and really do why it is you're here, or what you want in your life. And I'm glad you came to our night tonight. We want the best for you. So have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in the morning, 7:30 in Cindy's class. Thank you.